There are more babies on the farm, so it's time to do a little rabbit count. Honestly, every single day, there looks like there are more babies in this nest. 1, 2, 3. Blimey, you're a big one. 3. It's the first silky egg of the year. Not entirely sure why she didn't lay it in a nest, but that's going into the incubator. So we are still on Connie Watch 2, and today, if you go to the community tab, I did put up a post and I've listed all the dates and I've put your names next to the dates that you have suggested. So if you haven't guessed a date for her due date yet, then head across to the community tab after the video and just mention it, and I'll add it to the breakdown of the days. She's definitely getting bigger. Every day she seems bigger to me. She's definitely starting to get a bit of belly, not only around the sides, but also underneath. However, I did take a visit to my friend's farm yesterday. Her sheep are probably due at the beginning of April as well. And actually they are looking a little bit further along than Connie. There is one that was starting to bag up. So Connie may be a little bit later. She may be mid-April to early May. But I'm almost certain she is pregnant because especially when she sits down, she splays out quite a lot. So we are in the mini rabbitry this morning. I was giving them a quick clean out. So we've been taking all this wonderful poo and hay out of the things and replacing it I've just got this dust-free like shaving bedding that I've started to use, because as I've said before, if you put hay in, it makes a poop mat. So these dust-free shavings are perfect. The other thing is, this is just wonderful stuff. It can go straight onto the market garden. So unlike other poo, especially chicken poo that needs to break down, rabbit poo is basically just like a nice slow release fertilizer that you can just sprinkle straight onto your beds. So this is perfect. But Tally has had her babies, so we're going to go and count those. And we're also going to check in on Liara's kits that were born before the big freeze and see how they're doing. So this is Liara, and as you saw from a little bit of footage in yesterday's video, her babies are starting to come out. And they're starting to eat as well, which is really great. Hello, little one. Hi. Let's have a look in the actual nest and just check on them. I think most of them are still asleep. Don't fall out. Hi. How are you doing, little ones? They're very quickly now coming to the stage where they're coming out. I'm trying to get them used to me so they don't freak out. They are just the cutest little things. And very soon they will be very gangly and all ears. Their ears seem to grow quicker than the rest of them. And then in a few weeks' time we will sex them as well. And then once we start weaning them, they will be up for sale, won't they? You're all disappearing. I also have to make a confession that when they look like this, it's very hard to consider them as meat rabbits. I mean, look. But I suppose it's the same with lambs and goat kids and chicks. When they're little, they're cute, and then they grow up, and these 8 bunnies will look like... Go on then. Go on. These 8 bunnies will just look like 8 brown rabbits. But we are yet to process any rabbits, so I'm slightly daunted as to how that's going to go. But you never know. We may sell all of these as pets and future breeding does for other people, so we'll see. You're eating me. Hello. The rather wonderful thing about now being at the farm is I can actually see the progress of projects that Sard and I completed years ago. So for instance, last year we completely missed the Bluebell show because we were working, whereas this year we'll be able to see it. The other thing is, 2 or 3 years ago, I bought some really cheap primroses. I think I got, for £20, I got about 60. And I put them up here by the pond. Now, most of them died because we had a drought and we weren't at the farm, so I couldn't water them in. However, there are some starting to come up. I've seen at least 3 patches of quite big ones. So they've obviously flowered for several years and they're growing. And it's really nice and heartening to see that some of the work that we've done in the past is actually starting to make an impact. So in this space I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there's another little 7th down here. I think one of the jobs I'm going to do this weekend is to clear just these little patch of brambles, just so that I can see these primroses more clearly and make sure they don't kind of get stood on, and also that the butterflies and insects and things can find the pollen in them. Honestly, every single day there looks like there are more babies in this nest. So let's just check how they are all doing. You can see they're growing quite quickly. So let's give a little count and just check up on them. So let's have a little look. We got 1, 2, 3. Blimey, you're a big one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't fall off. 8, 9, 10. Don't fall out. 11. We have 11. 11 crazy wriggly babies. They're all brown. Let's put you all back in. Here you go. quite honestly, I am utterly shocked with how many she had. She actually had 12, but she had dragged one out. The day after it was born, I did try and warm it up. It did stir a little bit, and I popped it back in the nest, but it was obviously too far gone and it didn't make it. Now, Tally only had 2 drop-offs, and she's a first-time mum. So I was literally only expecting her to have 3, 4, maybe 5. So when she gave birth to 12, utterly gobsmacked. Now, there are a couple of those that are quite a bit smaller than the others, which isn't to be unexpected when she's had so many, but it may indicate that they're not getting as much milk, and so we may lose them. But, you know, for a mother, first-time mum, 12 babies, now 11, I'm pretty impressed with that, and they are super cute. They're all brown, so we've got the 8 from the others and 11 here. So, yeah, 11 and 8. So we have 19 baby rabbits, which is crazy. And we had a total of 22 because she had 12 and Liara originally had 10. So for the first breeding of the year, I think we hit the jackpot. And also, if you want to see Liara's kits when they were first born, I'll link the video up here. Go across after this video and watch it, and I'll see you there. So along this bank, I planted a load of daffodils and 75 crocuses. And so far, only a single crocus has come up, or so I thought. So down here is one little crocus. Now, I did see some stuff digging, so I wondered whether they'd all been eaten. But actually, on further inspection, there is another tiny one coming up here. And then if we move along this way, there are some more here. So fingers crossed, I'm just being impatient and give it a few more warm days and weeks, more crocuses will come up. Although definitely not 75, because the rats or the squirrels or the mice definitely ate some. There is the most glorious song thrush singing in the tree behind me.